Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. ये सेशन में कोई प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं है कोई, ये क्योंकि पोस्ट लंच है, ये इंटरेक्टिव रखूंगा मैं, क्वेश्चन आंसर्स रहेंगे और इट विल बी मेनली शेयरिंग ऑफ आइडियाज, ओके, और शेयरिंग ऑफ थॉट्स. अच्छा, हम सबको मालूम है कुरान अल्लाह का कलाम है. कैसे 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 ये करते हैं, यानी अब मैं अगर मेरे बचपन का मामला बोलूं तो मैं कुरान अल्लाह का कलाम मेरे वालिदैन बोलते थे, इसीलिए मैं मानने लगा. ठीक है, काफ़ी एज तक यही हाल था. अब आप लोग बताएं कि कुरान अल्लाह का कलाम है, कैसे प्रूव होता है? हाउ डू यू से कुरान इज डिवाइन वर्ड? व्हाट आर दी, आप लिस्ट करें चीज़ें. हाउ डू यू प्रूव, हाउ डू वी प्रूव टू अ नॉन मुस्लिम और अ नॉन बिलीवर दैट कुरान इज अ वर्ड ऑफ गॉड? What are the arguments? Okay. Let me just give a few things. Okay, this young lady said it's written. See, let me clarify. Quran is an oral tradition, right? Quran nazil hua, right? Quran nazil hua, सबको मालूम है 23 साल में नाजिल हुआ. ठीक है, 10 साल मक्के में और 13 साल मदीने में, right? या 13 साल मक्के में और 10 साल मदीने में. ठीक है, अगर मैं अब बात करूं, सुबह से लोगों ने बात किया, मैं अभी बात किया, मैं बात करूं तो क्या मैं ऐसा रिकलेक्ट कर सकता हूं कि मैंने क्या बात की? यानी एक अगर मैं कुछ स्टेटमेंट दूं, इसका कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन मैं फौरन, यानी ये 5 मिनट 10 मिनट में कुछ कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी ये बोल सकता हूं, राइट? तो इज इट पॉसिबल दैट समथिंग इज कमिंग डाउन ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ 23 years एंड इफ इट्स फ्रॉम ए ह्यूमन इट विल हैव कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस, राइट? क्योंकि हालात, हुजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम पहले अलग हालात में थे, बाद में अलग हालात से गुजरे. ठीक है, तो बहुत से हालात में ये कुरान उतरा. ठीक है, और तो इफ इट्स फ्रॉम एनी ह्यूमन, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल दैट ही विल बी कंसिस्टेंट फ्रॉम at the age of 40, what he says is 50, what he says is 56 or 63, right? So this is this thing. So it's an oral tradition, it was not written. Okay, so and also see, our friend here said that it is scientific facts are there. You also said it's of a very high Arabic literary quality. Yes, it's a fact. Now there is research in Western universities happening to research on the literary quality of non-Muslims are doing it. The non-Muslim Arabs are doing it on Quran, Arabic literature. Okay, and it's the only book in the world that talks of morals, values, beliefs, laws, anything that has to do with life, in this life or afterlife, anything to do with the society, with the government, nations, anything. And the other thing is, it has events of the past, right? There are a lot of stories of the past. It has some events that will happen in the future, right? So how is it humanly possible that somebody would do it? In fact, in just one of the, I was traveling and there was an Italian sitting next to me. I started talking to him. So I told him, I'll tell you something very, our prophet was illiterate, and these are the facts, and Quran came down on him, and these are the facts about Quran. And he was like shocked. He said this is, nobody is aware of this. We all thought, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a literate person and he wrote it and all that. So what I'm trying to say, a lot of people outside, even non-Muslims, are not aware of these facts. If we try to educate them, I'm sure they'll develop the interest and they'll try to know about Islam. Okay, now why also this is important? See, if you believe, if you have firm belief, and these days youngsters, it's the age of knowledge, right? It's the age of rationalization, it's the age of rational thinking, age of convincing oneself before believing, right? So it's very important for all of us to be 100% convinced about the truth, not just blindly believe it, because blind faith, blind belief will go away very soon. If the conditions become tough, we'll desert our belief. So that should not happen. So that's why it's very important to inculcate this idea in the minds of the youngsters, that have firm belief have means develop firm belief, investigate, find out the truth and then believe. The next point. Okay, now that we know Quran is a truth, what do we do about it? Okay, now the general trend in the community is read it, इतना सवाब मिलता है, उतना सवाब मिलता है, हर लफ्ज़ को एक ये नेकी, हर लफ्ज़ को 10 नेकियां, you keep on multiplying, yeah. But as somebody is mentioned in the morning, it's a message from God. It's not enough. You just recite it like a parrot, or just recite it in tajweed. It's not enough. That's not what Allah sent this message to us. Acha, how many people who I think who know Arabic? They why did Allah choose to send the final revelation in Arabic? Anybody can give a hint? Why did Allah choose the final revelation in Arabic? Why not in any other language? Okay, one of the reasons why, what I've heard from Islamic scholars is, in Arabic, आप छोटी सी यानी बड़ी सी बात छोटे अल्फाज में आप कम अल्फाज में बयान कर सकते हैं. That's what I heard from some Islamic scholars. Why did, because somebody put them a question, why only Arabic? Why not any other language? They said, बहुत सारी बातें, बहुत सारा मवाद एक छोटे अरबिक स्टेटमेंट में ये कर सकते हैं. तो ये चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. अच्छा, अब now what we know that Quran is distributed in split into surahs, and there are various ayats and all that. Okay, now for a normal person, what's the second level? Second level, somebody who gets interested in Quran, he'll just go and read translation, right? Some translation, some English translation, Arabic translation, Urdu translation, or some regional language translation. Now there are some problems with that. I'll just, again, I'm not an Islamic scholar. I'm just trying to tell you what I have gone through, what I have faced. See, now Quran, there is a lot of repetition, right? Now a normal youngster, if he goes through the translation, what does he feel? In Quran, the Musa alayhi salam story is repeated multiple times. Nuh alayhi salam story is repeated multiple times. And Adam alayhi salam story is repeated at least 3 times. Why is it? So what I'm going to put only questions, huh? I'm not going to give you answers now. Maybe in the end I'll tell you what to do about it. Okay, now there are, in the Quran, Allah addresses Bani Israel a lot of time, right? What is the relevance for us? Bani Israel is gone. We are like the current community is the Muslim community is spread all over the world. Whereas in Quran, Allah talks a lot about Bani Israel. Why is it that? Okay. Now in Quran, there are a lot of transitions. Like Allah is talking about something, He switches to something else, right? People who read the translation will know. Allah is talking to Bani Israel. Allah is talking to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Suddenly He switches to Bani Israel. Suddenly He switches to the Ya Yohannas, to the public. Suddenly He switches to the believers, right? So why does He do that? So do we, again, also there are specific incidents and specific issues addressed in Quran. Why only them? Why only them? And then the examples in Quran look complicated, right? Not easy to understand in a translation. If you read a translation, you can't understand that. So what I'm trying to say is, for people who have been reading, yes, go to the next level, translation. But for people who have read the translation, I urge them to go to the next level. The next level is, try to go and go through the Quran, in deep. There are multiple sources available on the net. On the net, I can give you one particular source which I'm very fond of, and I have subscribed for that. I can share that. But that is the need of the hour, because it's not just enough for us to read translation and just be happy with that. We have to dig deeper. There are multiple sources. For example, the one I'm talking about, there's a a portal called www.bayina.tv. Okay, there's a Islamic Arabic scholar. I wouldn't say, he doesn't call himself an alim or anything. He covers everything in a very, very nice way. For example, I'll just give you an example. he segregates all the stories of Quran, and he has multiple sessions on that, stories of Quran, in which even he invites non-Muslims. Non-Muslims attend that, and he talks about only the stories of Quran. Then he talks about, like for example, he picks up all the ayat of hijab and he talks about that. He talks about all the ayat about shame and talks about that. He talks about parenting, all the ayats related to parenting, and there are separate. So everything he derives from Quran. He will collect all the ayat related to that topic, and he talks about that. There are more than 2,000 hours of lecture. So what I told Fashid Bhai, that if any youngsters are interested, we can sponsor the subscription for that. It's $11 per month. So we can sponsor some subscriptions also. So with that, I close my talk. So just the closing remarks. I think it's important for us to first to be very clear about what is the message of Islam. So, and if you want to really invite any non-Muslim or anything, just tell him about Quran and Seerah. No need to give him a big lecture. That's what is enough. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.